Konnichiwa, minnasan. Marina desu. How y'all doing? And happy Juneteenth. So this is a special video. Last year, several Black Lolita YouTubers and I made the Life as a Black Lolita series. So this is sort of like a reflection of that video, of the first one, and really just of the past year. So happy Juneteenth, y'all. Now that Juneteenth is a federally recognized holiday, which is great. But of course, a lot needs to be done, not just a holiday. So for this video, I'll just be answering some questions about the past year and stuff. And yeah, so it is a collab video, so there are several others also doing this same thing, answering questions and giving their input. So of course I have those linked in the description, and it will be here in the play. There's a whole playlist as well, so there's a few of us. Some of us will upload today and some of us will upload tomorrow, June 20th. So if you're wanting to get some Juneteenth content, then listen. So, of course, this is going to be a more serious video. So, of course, it's not going to be the most happiest. Well, it can be, I guess. But it's going to be more serious. So the first question is, since the release of Life as a Black Lolita videos, have you noticed any differences in attitude, behavior in your local communities? So last year there was issues in my local community, and I would definitely say there has been some changes, but since I've kind of decided not to go to some of my community events, because I don't think attitudes have been changed. I guess I'm not sure if they've watched the videos, the Life as a Black Lolita videos last year, so I can't really comment on that. But I think there has been some changes. Like, now we have more POC and Black moderators, at least, and they obviously are wanting to change and I guess fix some behavior. So I think there has been some change, but unfortunately I'm not sure if I would go to one of their meets, just because of just past stuff that they've done. Maybe now, since it's new moderators, but I guess for me personally, it's kind of unknown. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. So question 2, after hearing the suggestions of others, have you felt less alone when it comes to dealing with racism? Yeah, I think so. I mean, me personally, I haven't really dealt like blatant racism, at least recently, so I can't say that I've been dealing with it this whole time, especially since the past year I've just been at home. So but at least from Frill Talk, it gives me more of an understanding of like people's perspectives and experiences, particularly with racism. But I definitely have felt less alone, for sure. Question 3, how has living this past year in a pandemic affected your relationships with your local / your relationship with Lolita fashion? Ooh, so this is a good question. So I guess in terms of my I haven't gone to a meet since well over a year now. So and I'm not sure if I will, just because of some iffiness. In terms of with fashion, this past year I've obviously been buying a lot more, so I feel like I'm just more open to try new things with my style. So like I bought like some OG stuff. I bought like accessories that I want to like experiment with, so like aprons and like certain blouses. Like, I'm trying to do different things with my fashion. Um, trying to make it more me, and obviously keep it pink. So I feel like I'm just more open to try new things. I mean, if I'm indoors and if I'm gonna go on Facebook, I'm gonna go on Chinese Lolita outlets and see what's new, and of course I'll see whatever new Japanese brands have to um, offer. Question 3. What are your thoughts on the overall state of the community since it originally aired? Has it improved, gotten worse, or stayed generally the same, and why? I think the overall state of the community, I think maybe, at least in my perspective, I think people have been more open and more, I guess, becoming aware that, oh, some of these things actually do happen. So I think in some ways it has improved, but at the same time, I don't think it's improved by a lot. Obviously, because we are, still in the pandemic, so there isn't a lot of like physical meets yet. But I think when the world is not in a pandemic, I think maybe it will improve a little bit, as in like maybe we'll see like more like POC guests at like conventions. I don't know. It's just a really hard question, honestly. It's a great question, but I feel like overall, like the at least online Lolita and J fashion community, I think is improving because a lot more people are more open about their own experience. So a lot more Black people are much more open about their like experiences that they're experiencing. It's like of racism and like whatever. So I think because like more people are willing to talk about their own experiences, people are gonna be more prone to listen, and we'll have more allies, I guess, if that makes sense. So I think it's improving. Next question. What is something Lolitas could do to help make the community more inclusive? I think, for one, starting with our local communities would be the best thing. So obviously, it's like if you notice that, oh, all the moderators are white led, maybe have a couple or if possible like half of the team being POC. And I don't mean just Black people, I also mean like brown Asian people, and then Asian people, and then like just POC people and indigenous people if you have any in your comm. So I think that's what we could do, and then maybe even have like a check-in kind of thing, like maybe like a town hall kind of thing with like your local little community, so the mods like open up the floor for like questions, or like kind of like a anonymous like drop box with like community questions and like stuff. It could be like virtually or like physically. I feel like something like that would be helpful for each of our communities, because like I just feel like the only way to make the community, like the J fashion community, more inclusive is just working at our local ones. Because it's you gotta work on your roots first. You gotta take out the weeds from your home, from your trees. So I think that's how we can make all our communities better. Next question. Out of all the experiences shared in the series, what's one that had stayed with you? I think, wow, this is a tough one, honestly. I think the fact that we just have so many, even like myself, I haven't like experienced a lot of like racism or like anti-Blackness like while in Lolita. I feel like a lot of it I can relate because I've experienced it outside of Lolita. So I feel like the fact that we just have so many similar experiences off several of us, I think is kind of what is a big issue, obviously, and that's just stuck with me. Like, I can't name like a particular one, but I know like a lot of the stuff that the other Lolitas said, I resonate and I understand like what they mean, and I understand like their emotions with that. So I think the fact that even though I might have not experienced like something exactly like someone else, the fact that I can literally resonate and feel their anger or hurt, sadness, etc. is something that like it's just wild. And last question. So Juneteenth has become a federally recognized holiday in the US as of earlier this week, really. So how do you feel about this? If you follow me on Twitter, you probably have an idea of how I feel. So don't get me wrong, it's great that, it's a federally recognized holiday, but the fact that something like this, like a holiday, can be approved in like 2.5 seconds, right? But a lot of anti-black, so like for example, like police reform, like clearly that affects more BIPOC than white folks. Even in the past year, like we've seen that, like we've seen more brutalities towards black people than our white counterparts. So I hate to say it, but it's just clownery for me. It's just clownery. Like, it's just clowns. It's just the government is just trying to show that they can keep their Negroes happy. That's just how I feel. But it's great that, Juneteenth is federally recognized. I mean, it's on a Saturday, so I personally don't work, but like the people that do work, like they're not gonna get paid for it, maybe. And if you're black, like I feel like white people shouldn't have today off. I'm sorry, but no, anyone that's not black should not have today off. So sorry, not sorry, but that's just how I feel. So if you're white, you should be working and cover. You know what? I feel like you should cover a shift for one of your black coworkers so they can have today off. So yeah, cause like retail work, like a lot of retail, you see a lot of black people in it. A lot of like customer service roles, you see a lot of black people in it. So yeah, that's how I feel. So that is all the questions for the Life as a Black Lolita reflections video. So if you like this video, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below on how you feel about this Juneteenth, or how you'll be celebrating Juneteenth or helping out your black friends on Juneteenth. Yeah, so obviously this isn't a very happy video per se, but it's a much needed video. So thank you so much all for your support. Expect more from Phil Talk, and yeah, so thank you and have a great day, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.